everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Blades of Avernum. Last episode, we found out where we were supposed to go in order to get the Orb of Communication back, and it is the Archmage, who has a castle that is defended by puppies and kittens. Moving on. He's gotta be in here. As you approach, you notice something. These doors look different. Yes, the ornate wood... They're prettier. Clearly, it's prettier. The Archmage must be in here. Fortune! Glory! Or something. You charge into the Archmage's throne room, ready to inflict some serious damage on the evil wizard who rules this area. Fortune and glory! Or something! Surrender, evil mage, or... What was that? I said surrender, or else! Or else what? Or else we'll take your evil staff and shove it up your... You were saying... nothing, sir. That's what I thought. Now, who the devil are you? You attempt to explain, but the Archmage quickly interrupts you. Never mind, I don't care. Guards, escort our guest to the guest room. That doesn't sound so bad. You follow your escorts. Then again... Evidently, the guest room in Parapis' castle is a prison cell. It is grimy and disgusting. Worse, it is boring. Tremendously boring. You'll never get anything done in here. Maybe there's some way out. I mean, it would be pretty stupid for the prison to include a secret passage out, or to have a lever inside the cell that opened the gates. That strains credibility. But maybe there's something. Huh. That's weird. There's no obvious way out. It's almost as though this prison was actually supposed to keep you stuck here. What kind of fool built this prison anyway? Don't they realize that heroes need to enact a daring escape? This is lame. The door opens and your jailer walks out, carrying a coiled whip. Rog, trust you find accommodation satisfactory. Rog make you more comfortable soon. As Rog says this, he taps his whip ominously. This is surely not a good sign. I think we took a wrong turn at the perilous path. Honest mistake, couldn't we just go? He taps his whip again. Starting to get really creepy. Just then, the door to the jail opens and some familiar faces charge in. Ice bolt! Flame! Wound! Firestorm! Wait, firestorm? Michael looks deeply puzzled. Why does an ogre know firestorm? It's scroll. Rog suspect it come in handy someday. Ah, I was afraid you had learned it from a book. Rog never read book. Rog eat book once. Rog aware that not intended purpose, but Rog seeking shortcut to wisdom. Psst, Janek, your turn. Gods, took long enough, I dozed off. Thissa high-fives Janek. With the combat over, they arrange themselves in an orderly single-file line. They rapidly search the area. When they're done, they see you. What do you think, Janek? Setting them free is probably worth a few XP. Janek shrugs. Sure, why not? He lifts the chains. Darn, only 5 XP for freeing them. Oh well. They depart as quickly as they have come. This appears to be your opportunity to escape and complete your quest. Or something. Guys, I think we were a side quest just then. I was a damsel in distress. Eee! Oh, yay. But hey, we got a wooden large shield out of it, so... that's something, I guess. Or something. Well, it's pretty clear what this room was used for. Yeah, it is. In this desk, you find the records of the Director of Guest Relations, Corporal Division, or so he signs every one of his papers. These records indicate that the jailer regularly used implement-aided persuasion to make the guests feel at home. It is a little unclear which is more disturbing, the fact that such vicious torture took place here, or the euphemistic way in which it is described in these papers. Oh, goody. Well, let's try going back into the center room. You charge into the Archmage's throne room again. This time, fortune and glory for sure! Or something! It looks as though you're somewhat late to the battle. That's okay, though. You can still contribute. You just have to wait until everybody with higher dexterity moves. Then you'll show them! Or something. Death arrows! Holy Scourge! Mind tool. And now that it's your turn to move, you find that you can only stand in motionless silence, an eloquent statement on the futility of it all. After all, this has all been a futile effort. Not one event in the recent past has depended on you. No one has wanted to see you. No one has wanted to talk to you. No one has been interested in your story. Whenever you've gotten any adventure, it's always been Genex's group's sloppy seconds. To add insult to injury, when you first saw them in the inn, they were hardly any stronger than you, but now they have mysteriously grown in power so as to totally outdistance you. Show off. What? Killing him with mind duel. That was completely unnecessary. What did you think he was, Gazad? Well, you gotta admit, he was cool. Point taken. That's your next team. You glance back at your own. You can't compare. You were born to be heroes. You're sure of it. But in this land, with real PCs walking around, you're just not. You're nobody's heroes. With not a word, not even a glance in your direction, the real heroes depart, having already gathered the XP and treasure from this battle. You can only hope that Macron's orb was of little enough importance that they didn't pay any attention to it. It might still be here somewhere. Healing elixir. Yay. A secret passage. And if your keen adventurer's senses are as honed as you think they are, this is the Archmage's secret lab. If he was keeping a stolen magic item, such as Macron's orb, he would keep it here for sure. Perhaps in that crystal box at the north end of the room. You approach the book in the Archmage's back room. Perhaps the great Archmage has a book of arcane secrets in his secret laboratory, as any decent Archmage should. You begin to read eagerly, hoping to salvage some use out of this non-adventure. Unfortunately, this book is a copy of the Gremlinicon. Since that joke wasn't even funny the first time, there's no need to repeat it here. You sigh and quietly curse the Puritan tastes of the late Archmage. Same thing. With a heart thundering, you open the crystal box, ready to uncover the object of your quest, Macron's orb! Unfortunately, the box is empty. This cannot be. You frantically search the box for a false bottom, a secret compartment somewhere, and sure enough, you find one. You pop it open and you find... nothing. Not a blessed thing. Macron's orb isn't here, and if it isn't here, the Archmage doesn't have Macron's orb at all. So there is nothing more that you can do here. Maybe time to return to your dubious quest giver. Let's return to the guy who lies all the time. Okay, I guess we gotta go around in order to get out, so let's go. Funny as this is, it is kind of depressing in a way. Onwards past the kittens and the perilous path. You jerk! The Archmage didn't have the orb at all! Dan did tell you that I am a pathological liar, did he? And do you know why I'm that way? It's because... You walk away before he can again find this absurd way to place the blame on his parents. Of course. Alright, What is exactly the quest now? You now have to go back to Macron and tell him that you completely failed to retrieve the orb. The Archmage didn't have it. It'll be okay, trust me. We'll see about that. Alright. Macron sits, sipping his drink quietly and trying very hard not to meet your gaze. Seriously, Macron, where is Phaedra? Didn't you marry her? Macron's eyes cloud over. Yes, I did. That was a long time ago, though, Chester. Many things have happened since then. You know what happened on the journey to the Slith homeland, then, to be asking me about Phaedra, but you must not know what happened while we were there. After the Exodus, the expedition was trapped in Danitha for many months. Phaedra and I lived there together, taking care of Arcadia, our newborn. Those were happy days, even though our quest was stalled. A lonely tear slowly trickles from his eye, and his voice trembles. Phaedra and I were newly married, and we were happy, but then... His voice gives out. He bows his head. I cannot speak of it. It is still too much. I am sorry, I cannot answer that question. Well, that's unfortunate. The Archmage doesn't have your orb. Nobody does. We couldn't find it. Well, yes. That is actually... I still have it. What? You still have it? Then why did you send us off looking for it? Well, you see, it's like this. On the night of the robbery, the box that I kept the orb in was stolen. I do believe that Narayan thought that he was stealing the orb when he took it. At your surprised look, he adds hastily, Oh, yes, I did go to Dan's village myself while you were gone. I found out about Narayan. Strange fellow. Do you know that his parents... Oh, well, never mind. Anyway, I came back to my room at the inn and thought, just to be sure, that I'd check under the bed. Whenever I lost anything, my wife always used to tell me to check under the bed, and, you know, sometimes she was right. So what happened? It was under the bed. I remembered that the evening before the robbery, I'd forgotten to put the orb back in its box, and it had rolled under the bed. Narayan took the box all right, but the orb was never in it. Macron shakes his head ruefully. Dan knew this too. When I went back to him and asked him about it, he told me that he never said anything to you about Narayan taking the orb, just that he was the one who stole the box. Dan knew this and still led you on that wild goose chase? How kind of him. What about the reward? Well, I said I'd reward you for bringing back the orb, and since you didn't... Macron cuts off at that point, seeing the wild look in your eyes. He must suddenly have realized that if he finishes that thought, you may let him keep his orb. All 500 pieces that are left when you're done with it. That is... I mean, yes, your service was valuable, and it will be rewarded. I did play a few games of cards while you are gone, though, and I had the most unfortunate streak of bad luck. Macron, give us your money, or so help me gods, half of what was promised, that's all I have. He throws some coins at you. You pocket it. It's probably the best you'll get out of him. He sighs with relief and mops his brow with his napkin. Okay, now what's our quest? Time to blow this popsicle stand. Head down the path to the west to the land of the Oaks. This place sucks. Hope your next adventure is better. You sigh as you pass through these doors. It is abundantly clear that you are done here. Macron has his orb back, and there are no other worthwhile quests anywhere nearby. It's time to move on. It is time to continue west to the land of Oaks. Alright, this is the path leading out of this area. West of here is the land of Oaks, and beyond that is the land owned by the Company of St. Francis. You're done here. It would be nice to say that you have accomplished much, but that would be lying. You have accomplished nothing here. But then this wasn't your adventure to have, really. Would you like to leave here and travel on to the land of the Oaks and then to the land of St. Francis Company? Yes, onward! Excelsior! Well, at least it's over. Well, that was an experience. I mean, like I said before, it was a very amusing story, and I just realized I forgot to look at the names of some of these things afterwards. And it was entertaining and amusing, but in the end, it was kind of depressing in its own way. Really. I mean, look at these guys. They had such high hopes, and it got crushed so thoroughly at every turn. Hell, the only thing they accomplished was killing 4 goblins. And that's it. Really. Oh, sadly depressing. Well, I don't really have anything else to say. So, I'm gonna end this episode here. Next episode, we'll look at the last scenario I happen to have that was made by Calandon, called The Magic. We'll see what the end result is when we do. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I'm Chester44. That has been the adventuring party that barely adventured. This has been a Blades of Avernum Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.